Hey guys, I just finished finals yesterday. It's like a weird angle because the room is kind of in a state of undress. My roommate's stuff is completely gone. She already moved out. Quote wall has been taken down. And to save time, I'm going to take down our photo wall while I talk to you. So this is the video idea that I mentioned last time that I had. Basically, it's fun facts that I learned freshman year. For my bio class, my Greek civilizations class, or the Disney paper that I wrote. I hope these facts are fun. All the bio facts now. Say all the facts. There's like three. There's like 3 facts for each class. Is that true? I don't know. There's a number. Bio fact 1. Your heartbeat is actually controlled by your heart and not like your nervous system or anything. So if in a lab, scientists decide to separate some tissue from the heart from the actual heart, the separate tissue can keep beating. Bio fact number 2. There's a species of coral fish. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. Blue wrasse or something. I don't know. They live in a group with one male and multiple females. And when the male dies, one of the females, usually the oldest, becomes male. So they can keep reproducing or whatever. Bio fact number 3. Last bio fact. Total length of blood vessels in an average human is twice the circumference of the Earth at the equator. Okay, now we are on to Disney decks. These are facts that I gathered when I wrote my essay on the Sleeping Beauty Castle. I'm pretty sure I told you guys about that. Beginner fact. The Sleeping Beauty Castle, you know, the one that's in California, was actually finished being built before the Sleeping Beauty movie came out. Here's another word I can't pronounce. There's this Bavarian castle called Neuschwanstein. The Sleeping Beauty Castle was based off of it. The king who built it, Ludwig, was kind of crazy. He was obsessed with building castles, like super elaborate castles. Like, one of them is supposed to be cooler than Versailles. But anyway, so Neuschwanstein was so crazy. It had an indoor lake that had caves and tunnels. Whoops. He also had a throne room that didn't have a throne. He had so many rooms that he didn't really need a throne in that one. You know. He was kind of crazy and got kind of broke and then didn't actually get to finish all his castles. So another castle that the Sleeping Beauty Castle was based off was the Chateau de Pierrefonds. I have no idea how to pronounce that right. Wait a minute. Yeah, the Pierrefonds. That's the castle where they filmed Merlin. So the set of Merlin, you know, when they have the whole courtyard, that is one of the castles that the Disney castle is based off of. Right, so I just put my laundry in the dryer. Movie magic. You didn't even notice I was gone. I'm very weird. Anyway, moving on from all the European castles, Disney castles. A stay in the Cinderella suite cannot be bought. You have to win it as a prize. I feel like I told you that one. So now on to Greek civilization. It's actually one of my favorite classes. We did this really cool thing called the game, where we all had like a character in Athens 403. So like we had like a persona and we had like a little bio, and then we had to give speeches and try to get our laws to be voted for, and we had like political parties. It was really fun. Yeah, so Greek Civ fun facts. One thing we talked about in Greek Civ was that historically, poetry comes before prose. People find poetry hard, so they think that it's more like sophisticated and more modern. But actually, people wrote poetry before they just wrote like, you know, novels and histories and what have you. Oh, look, my hair fell. Okay. Back when they used to have oral storytelling, they usually were poets because they could catch the rhythm and it was easier to pass it on. So then I guess when they wrote it down, first they had poetry and then they had prose. The word nostos in Greek means homecoming. If you guys remember, the lake in Once Upon a Time is Lake Nostos, so you can draw your connections. The Greek word Parthenos means virgin. So the Parthenon, which was built for Athena, is called that because Athena is a virgin. Personally, I would find that a little insulting if somebody named something after me based on my sexuality. I mean, she's the goddess of wisdom, the Greeks. They were pretty cool, but they were pretty weird. Like, okay, they didn't have cops, obviously, but like they didn't have like any form of law enforcement. What they had was, if somebody attacked you, stole from you, or even insulted you, you took them to court. So if somebody was bribing officials or something, nothing would happen unless someone was pissed off at them. If everybody liked you, you could be a criminal and nobody cared. A lot of times people took people to court just because they didn't like them. And sometimes you can even do the right thing and you're gonna go to court anyway. One of the things that you could go to court for is purposely humiliating someone. So we read Percy Jackson. Hubris is like pride, and that's true in like literature, but in Greek society it's kind of different. It's more complicated. I'm not going to go into it. Basically, you could take someone to court for hubris. In the game, they almost took one kid to court because he was super obnoxious for hubris. It was pretty funny. So Flashback, Greeks, were like ridiculously religious, but their morals weren't based on religion, right? So, like, none of the gods said, oh, you can't kill people. That didn't happen. All their morals were human-centered, which I think is kind of cool because it really irritates me when people bring religion into political debates. Like, I feel you can argue against certain things, I'm not going to be specific, without bringing religion into it. And, the Greeks, they proved that. Because you can just be a good person without needing to be religious. Which I think we need to have in our society, considering our government is non-religious. Do you see where I'm going with this? I finished finals. I don't need to be coherent. You guys can just deal with it. It's not like any of you guys are actually going to watch this anytime soon. First of all, because I'm not going to edit it for a while. So I'm not going to edit it at least until I'm home. And second of all, because I just made this for me. Let's be real, because none of you are watching it. I feel like I should be doing this like John and just talking super fast. So the average length of all the books, no, I can't do it.